According to the 2023 National Electrical Code, specifically Article 517.30c2, equipment connected to the critical branch of an essential electrical system in a healthcare facility must adhere to certain wiring methods. This section addresses the requirements for feeders supplying critical branch equipment from the emergency power source, such as a generator. The code mandates that the feeder be dedicated, meaning it serves only the critical branch equipment, and it must originate directly from the emergency source. This dedicated feeder must also be protected by an overcurrent protective device, such as a circuit breaker or fuse that is rated at no more than 1000 amps. This overcurrent protection is crucial for safeguarding the equipment and the electrical system against faults and overloads. The National Electrical Code outlines specific wiring methods that are permitted for installing this dedicated feeder. These include rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, rigid non-metallic conduit, and electrical metallic tubing, commonly referred to as EMT. These wiring methods provide a robust level of physical protection for the conductors and help maintain the integrity of the electrical system. Now, regarding the use of flexible whips to connect the telemetry rack to the uninterruptible power supply, the National Electrical Code allows for this under specific conditions. A flexible whip, which is a short length of flexible conduit containing conductors, can be used provided it is listed for the purpose. Listing means that the flexible whip has been tested and certified by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories or Intertek, to meet specific safety and performance standards. The flexible whip must also comply with the requirements outlined in Article 517.30c2. This means that the flexible whip must provide a level of protection equivalent to that of the rigid conduit methods mentioned earlier. The purpose of this requirement is to ensure that the wiring connecting the telemetry rack to the uninterruptible power supply is adequately protected from physical damage, environmental factors, and other potential hazards. When using a flexible whip under a raised floor, several factors need to be considered. Firstly, the flexible whip must be properly supported and secured to prevent strain on the connections. The support interval should adhere to the manufacturer's instructions and any applicable local codes. Secondly, the flexible whip must be installed in a manner that prevents it from being damaged by foot traffic, equipment movement, or other activities that may occur under the raised floor. This may involve using cable trays, conduits, or other protective measures. Thirdly, the flexible whip must be properly grounded to ensure electrical safety. The grounding conductor must be sized appropriately and connected to a suitable grounding electrode system. Finally, it is important to verify that the flexible whip is accessible for inspection and maintenance. The National Electrical Code requires that electrical equipment be readily accessible to qualified personnel for inspection, repair, or replacement. This means that the flexible whip should not be concealed or obstructed in a way that makes it difficult to access. In summary, the telemetry rack can be served with a flexible whip under the raised floor, provided that the whip is listed for the purpose and meets the requirements of Article 517.30c2 of the National Electrical Code. This includes ensuring that the whip provides adequate physical protection, is properly supported and secured, is grounded correctly, and is accessible for inspection and maintenance. It is always recommended to consult with a qualified electrical inspector or engineer to ensure that the installation complies with all applicable codes and standards.